Hey, welcome on board, fifth graders and some fourth graders. Moving on in pre-algebra. Okay, this portion here is really, really important in doing algebra. Okay, how to add integers, positive and negative whole numbers. Okay, so you can do 2 plus 5, right? 2 plus 3 equals 5. So you count, when you're adding, you count to the right. So 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so a positive number, and I add a positive number, I get positive 5. What if I want to do negative 2 minus 3? So I'm here. See, when you're going this direction, the numbers are reducing. The numbers, so negative 2 is bigger than negative 3. So the numbers are reducing this way. When you're going that direction, the numbers are increasing this way, right? It's increasing. Okay, so if I have negative 2 and I'm going to subtract 3, then it's going to be a smaller number. How do you do it? It's 1, 2, 3, negative 5. So positive number, I add a positive number, I get a positive 5. Negative number, I subtract from a negative number, okay, I get to negative 5. Okay, what if I have negative 2 plus 3? Okay, always when I tell you, what I tell you to do is write your positive number first. Okay, say plus 3, write this part first, and then bring this one next. So plus 3, we just write 3. Plus 3, and then minus 2. See that? 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1, right? We know that. So what will be 2 minus 3? 2 minus 3 will be what? Negative 1. And you can use the number line to prove that. Okay, 2 minus 3. We are here at 2. When you're subtracting, you count to the left. 1, 2, 3. See that? Negative 1. But the quick way of doing it is always, okay, if you know if there's a smaller number and you are subtracting a bigger number, you should end up with a negative number, right? So 3 minus 2 is 1. So 2 minus 3 will be negative 1. So for example, 8 minus 5 is 3. So if I do 5 minus 8, I should get negative 3. And you can use the number line to prove. Okay, so what if I ask you to do negative 3 plus 2? Negative 3 plus 2. What did I ask you? I say write your positive number first. So I'm going to write a plus 2 first, and then I write a minus 3. Okay, plus 2 is just written 2. It's 2 minus 3. See that? Negative 1. Okay, what if you're dividing? If you're dividing a positive number and a negative number, you get negative 4. Okay, negative number. But if you are dividing two negative numbers, negative 8 divided by negative 2, your answer will be positive 4. Same with multiplication. If you multiply a negative number and a positive number, your answer will be negative. But if you multiply two negative numbers, negative 2 times negative 3, your answer is positive 6. This is going to require practice, okay? So you have to go and do the exercises I gave you in IXL. I believe it's in 6th grade N1 to N20. Practice all that. And then here, you remember? Okay, so this is where you review. Just practice these, and you'll be fine on your test on Saturday. Okay, so you remember how to do this one here? 2x plus 4. I want to find that unknown number. Okay, so I have to reverse. So I took a number, multiplied by 2, I added 4, and I got 8. What is that number? I don't want you to do it in your head. I know you can, but I want you to learn the steps, all right? So going forward, this is what I did. So to find what that number is, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to reverse. I'm going to go in reverse of what I did. Okay. So the last thing I did was I added 4. I need to reverse that 4. So I subtract 4 from both sides. Okay. We're going to reverse everything we did going forward. We multiply and add it. We're going back. We're going to subtract and divide. So we subtract 4 from both sides. We have 2x is equal to 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay. And then multiplication, how do you reverse that? We are going to reverse that by dividing. And I say that unknown number is 2. I need you to practice these steps. Do it exactly. First step, okay? And then you come and do the second step. This is called two-step equation. Okay, so do it exactly like I have done it. Okay, practice that now and you won't have any problem going forward. So here is 2x minus 4 equals 8. So what? We're going to reverse this first because it's subtracting. So I'll be left, this will go away when I do that. I'll be left with 2x equals 12. And that's my first step. My second step is I come here and I reverse the multiplication. And I say my unknown number is 6. And I know, again, you can do this in your head. Don't do that. I need you to practice these steps. And you should have the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, and your final answer. So you should have 5 lines, okay? Same here. So here, apply the addition and subtraction of integers you just learned. 2x minus 4 equals negative 8. Okay, so follow the steps. Follow the steps. First thing you do is you underline your variable. You know what it is. You need to move the integer away. So it is minus 4. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Close it, right? When I do that, that goes away. I have 2x. What is negative 8 plus 4? We learned that, right? What did I tell you to do? I said write your positive number first, 4. Bring your negative number next. We know 8 minus 4 is 4. What is 4 minus 8? It will be negative 4. All right? And then finally, second step is what? We divide both sides. The number multiplying your variable, I told you what is the name? It's called coefficient, right? We divide both sides by our coefficient, negative 4 over 2. That goes away. My unknown variable x is, what did I tell you about a negative and positive number dividing? Your answer is negative 2. So number 14, can you tell me? Can you try number 14 first? Pause the video. Try 14 and 15 before you move on. Okay, try them first and then come back and watch. Okay, so now 2x plus 4 equals negative 8. I'm going to subtract since it's adding. Goes to plus 4. And then minus 4. Minus 4, because it's plus here, so I have to subtract. Okay, I do that, what happens? Then that goes away. I have 2x. What is negative 8 minus 4? I have a negative number and I'm subtracting 4. I'll get what? Negative 12, right? You need to really practice this. I have students in 10, 11, 12 grades still struggling with this because they did not master it when they were in primary and middle school. Okay, so now finally, what do we do? How do we get our unknown? Okay, we divide both sides by our coefficient, which is 2. Negative 12 divided by 2. Unknown is what? Equals negative 6. And then the last one, probably the most challenging, but it's really easy. Follow the rules. The first thing you do when you have one variable equation, we find an unknown, is what? Identify what each term contains your variable. Once you identify that, collect everything else on one side. So identify it. What are you going to move? I want to move. This is plus 4. So we're looking at this sign before plus 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 and align it. That goes away. What do I have left here? Remember, there's a sign before you have negative 2x left here. What is negative 8 minus 4? Negative 8 minus 4 is what? Negative 12. Finally, we find our variable by dividing by the coefficient of our variable. What's the coefficient? Pay attention. Unlike up here, over here, our coefficient was 2. Okay, when there is no sign before it, it is a plus. Okay, so here our coefficient is negative 2. So we need to divide both sides by our coefficient of negative 2, negative 12 over negative 2. See that? What did I tell you up here? When you divide two negative numbers, this number 8 here, when you divide two negative numbers, you get positive. So pay attention. Okay, rewind this video here, go back and then review it. So now if I divide negative by negative, I'll get positive x equals negative 12 over negative 2 is positive 6. That's your answer. Okay, so practice all these questions. Okay, watch the video again. Make sure you master this and you do fine on your test tomorrow. Keep on practicing. Okay, and what have I been telling you? Uncle Solo tells you that if you practice and practice and practice, all things being equal, you shall bloom. Welcome to Bloom Leadership Academy. See you. All right. We don't have class tomorrow. This is a review for you to do well on the test. Have a good day. Bye bye.